Welcome. We have game number 3. We actually have a series going on between Panerai, who is the Terran, spawning on the left, the Metalopolis, going up against tQSwarM, who is the Zerg, spawning in the bottom. This is a clan war between RyA Gaming and TQ. We are Think Quick. Check us out at teamtq.webs.com. And I do want to say that Panerai is a random player who spawned as Terran. I'm also not alone. Why don't you say hello, my friendly co-caster?
Hi, this is Gosh here from TQ Gaming, and I will be co-casting along with this game. And if you were watching the last game, you would know that Panerai also spawned as Terran, and we had a pretty good game on Steps of War. And we're still getting some lag in this game, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's looking choppy for a second over there. Yeah.
But I would like to add that I feel that Panerai played really well the last game as Terran, and he played quite well as Zerg in the first game as well. And so I think we could have a pretty similar game to the last one. But with the positions we have, I don't expect to see as much of an all-in rush.
Yeah, I mean, if Swarm had spawned in the top, it would have been much more likely. But
yeah.
He didn't. But I would be surprised if we see Banshees on with these spawning positions. Because Banshees on these positions, you go for a fast Banshee, it gets there so quickly, and the Zerg just has a really tough time dealing with it. Especially if it's multiple Banshees or Banshees with Cloak.
Yeah. Banshees in general are pretty hard to stop for, I'd say, all races. Terran has a little bit less trouble stopping it just because their beginning units, the Marines, shoot air and they have scans, so it's a little bit safer, but yeah. Banshees are just so strong.
They are. They're really frustrating. Like for example, we both are well aware of the Pulp Prime push in TVP because we're both Protoss players.
Yeah.
And that's so frustrating to deal with because you just can't stop it. It's like mixing like 3 or 4 Banshees into any normal army, and it's practically unstoppable.
Yeah, and along with a point defense drone especially, because you need to have like some stalkers to be able to combat the Banshees, and then if they throw down a point defense drone, it just almost demolishes your entire army.
Yeah, what's the math? It soaks up like 280 damage that stalkers would have done.
Yeah.
They do 14 versus armored, and it's would stop 20 shots. Yeah, 280 damage. That is a lot. That's 2 Banshee kills.
We do see double bunkers going down here to block the expansion for Swarm. So.
Yeah, we do. So Panerai likes to have these beginnings that just immediately thwart any form of economy from a Zerg, which is pretty strong.
Yeah, and I don't blame him as a Terran player for not wanting Zerg to be able to macro up like that.
Yeah. Oh, but look at this. Really good job of actually using the bunker's rally point to disload to try and take out some of these guys. But really, with these positions, this spine crawler would actually be able to attack the bunkers without getting attacked itself. Yep, there it is. You can see. So yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
So Panerai might want to just salvage this right now while he can get his money back and just retreat. Either that.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's at least not salvaging that one bunker.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. He's trying to repair it right now, but unless he pulls that second SCV, it will die. Yep, there it is. It's dead now, and Panerai might as well just pull back and just completely retreat. Because now Swarm just moved his spine crawler up. And, yeah, 1 Marine is still in that bunker. Like, he does kill 1 Zergling, but really, right now he's got to cut his losses, pull back, and take almost nothing. Because you can see,
actually, losing a Marine to that spine crawler as well.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, though, if you look at the main of Panerai, he is getting command center. So he's done the damage he's wanted. He's going to have a faster expo. And is the spawn... Oh, I think actually bunker got killed instead of actually...
Yeah, it just got killed at the end of that salvage.
Yep. So that's actually lucky for Swarm that basically Panerai just gave him a free 200 minerals. Not to mention the Marine...
At the same time, Panerai getting his expansion up at a pretty quick time for Terran.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah, very quick.
He's gonna have his expansion up before Swarm does.
Yeah, he started like around the 5-minute mark. It's almost as if he's doing like the Fun Day Monday, Day 9 Daily or whatever.
Yeah, but with only Marines to fight off these roaches, I'm not sure if he can... Yeah, he's pulling it back. He won't be able to actually get that up for a little while until he gets a couple Marauders out at least.
Yep. So now, yeah, he's going to morph into Orbital Command and just use it to mule up again.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so now, let's just try and see that. Yeah, Swarm's actually getting his lair up right now.
Okay.
Yep. And,
I'm just gonna mute my mic for a sec, because it's getting pretty loud in my house right now. Alright?
Yeah, I can hear a little bit going on in the background. So yeah, I'll just continue to solo for a second.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, but anyway, Swarm does have a Baneling Nest coming out, and his lair is morphing, so we'll probably see some mutas or something coming out from Swarm. Most likely mutas, because it is right now going ZVT. Panerai is just continuing to macro up. He's finally got his Orbital Command actually in his natural. He's getting a few bunkers spaced out so they don't get hit by multiple Banelings at the same time. They're a little wide out there though, because I'm kind of curious about this, because if Zerglings started running around along this path and then come up over the end, go through like the Terran third, and then come down through the back door, you can easily get to the mirror line without taking a single hit from any of the Marines. So Panerai is going to be in a little bit of a tough spot if Swarm decides to do that. But Panerai is doing the same thing to defend against the Banelings by getting these two supply depots very far forward, trying to just defend the bunkers from Banelings. And interestingly enough, Panerai is loading his bunkers using Marauders instead of Marines. I mean, Marines are a lot more fragile and really take a lot more damage from stuff like Banelings and Roaches. Like, they die a lot quicker. So I understand why he wouldn't keep the Marauders out and put the Marines in. But still, he's macroing up, doing a really good job. You can see that in Swarm's bases that he's finally, his natural is up and running. He's being able to macro up a lot. He's going to start moving around with the Roaches. He's even using Overlords to start creep, to get a creep highway going on. We can see that he doesn't really have much in terms of lair tech. In fact, he doesn't have any. He's not researching centrifugal hooks or Glial Constitution. However, he is getting a third base up. So Swarm seems to really just try and play the macro game and try and out macro Panerai, because Panerai is probably going to stay on two bases for a while, because Terran is just so powerful of two bases for a very long time. Not to mention that if he does get into a sticky situation, he could just theoretically lift off an Orbital Command and move on to another base. But really, it's way too far. And whoa, Panerai's got... Just look at his two barracks that have tech labs on them. They're queued up all the way. So Panerai's being a little sloppy in terms of controlling his macro. Like, all of his barracks are completely filled up in terms of the queue. So he's actually got a ton of minerals in the bank, investment gas that he's just locked up and being unable to use. That's actually surprisingly sloppy for a player that I thought would be doing a lot better. But anyway, his Hellions do have Blue Flame, but they do get surrounded by Speedlings. So these Speedlings take out a group of Marines, Marauders, and Hellions fairly effectively. And Panerai doesn't realize that he has a Marauder Marine going directly into Swarm's base. These guys could easily get sniped. He does fix his rally points, but still, he's queued up so many things in his production buildings. Like, this barracks has 3 Marauders and a Marine. The factory has 3 Hellions. This barracks has a Marauder, 3 Marines, and then this barracks has a Marauder, 2 Marines, and another Marauder. So that's actually really sloppy by Panerai. But, okay, oh yeah, look at that. Just Marine and Marauder do get sniped completely for free, doing absolutely no damage. But Swarm now has his 3rd hatchery and base running up really just now, essentially, because he did just start getting units over there. You can see that his hatcheries are not all rallied to there, but he hasn't transferred drones. He's just sort of producing drones there. So he hasn't been completely conscious of the fact that his 3rd is up. However, he's macroing so much better than Panerai that it might not matter. You can see that Panerai is actually ahead in the food, but could be so much farther ahead just because he has everything queued up within his production buildings. You can see he's got even more coming down with factories that has another factory that will be able to produce double Hellions, because he is getting another reactor on it. The barracks is also getting a reactor, so we could see a lot of Marine Hellion work. But still, Swarm's moving in. He's got a bunch of Roaches here, and Banelings are morphing on the top. They're actually going to finish. And, oh, the Banelings are going to go right and do a ton of damage onto those guys. The Marauders and everything are running away. Centrifugal Hooks was researched, but now they're moving and doing so much damage. Roaches are helping to clear out all of these guys that aren't getting hit by the Banelings. Banelings are going up, taking out the Marines, and now these Roaches and Hellions get decimated the Hellions get decimated by the roaches. So now we do have Swarm in a good position, just out positioning Panerai fairly effectively. Third base is now up, and it does get scanned. You can see that Panerai did just scan the third base. So Swarm's going to have to start using it a lot more. You can see that he still hasn't made complete use of it. He is producing a couple drones at his natural, so he will be able to continue mining from there. But really, Swarm is going to try and just keep Panerai in his base. Because right now, Panerai is getting a lot of mecha units and Marauders. Really just a mix of everything. He's even getting a reactor on his Starport. So he's probably get some medevacs in there as well.